Well, hello everyone. I hope and pray that you're doing well. I'm here in the gym over at Centennial Christian School. I was thinking a little bit earlier today about John 13, and that's where we read about Jesus. He's on the way to the cross in this whole section in John's Gospel. And we read that when Jesus had finished washing their feet, he put on his clothes and returned to his place. And then he says, "Do you understand what I've done to you?" He asked his disciples. "Do you understand what I've done for you?" Sometimes when I play ball hockey over here on Thursday nights, one of the goalies won't make it. And a bunch of us will stand around and kind of look at each other for a few minutes because nobody really wants to play goalie. Most of us think that you kind of have to have a metal plate in your head in order to play goalie. And maybe a few goalies do have that. But anyways, eventually somebody begrudgingly volunteers to play goalie, and we cheer for them. We slap them on the back, mostly because it doesn't have to be us that night. We're delighted that somebody's playing goal, and just as delighted that it isn't us. Do you understand what I've done for you? Sometimes in church, there are tasks that nobody really wants to do, right? I'm not talking about glory jobs, things that are exciting like, baptizing somebody or leading with certain gifts. I'm talking about things that, lack glory, deacons on the phone with somebody with another hard luck story, elders making difficult visits, musicians practicing, behind the scenes sound or PowerPoint or bulletin editing, Sunday school teachers preparing for their lessons and enduring squirming children on a Sunday morning, washing dishes, and maybe you've been to a committee meeting and you've played the waiting game as well, right? Over this tedious or maybe seemingly trivial or potentially traumatizing task, just kind of waiting it out, right? And eventually the pregnant pause or silence is broken by the voice of a servant, right? We're delighted that somebody is doing these things, and often we're just as delighted that it's not us. Do you understand what I've done for you, right? In home, work, school, wherever, somebody's got to do the dirty work, clean the bathrooms, somebody's got to do the work that nobody else necessarily wants to do. In marriages, in our volunteer opportunities, in our living in community, we've got lots of opportunities to demonstrate the full extent of God's love, right? We're so excited to see someone demonstrate the love of God, and we're often just as excited that it didn't have to be us. And Jesus simply reminds us, remember, here's the season of Lent, and Jesus again is on the way to the cross here in John chapter 13. We read, "Now that I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also should wash one another's feet. I have set you an example that you should do as I have done for you. Very truly I tell you, no servant is greater than his master, nor is a messenger greater than the one who sent him. Now that you know these things, you will be blessed if you do them." Do you understand what I've done for you, says Jesus? The peace of Christ be with you all.